What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're talking about the Utah Jazz, who have been rebuilding ever since they traded away Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert. And unfortunately for the Utah Jazz, I don't think they've quite found who they're building around just yet since they traded away those two. So that's what we're gonna try to do today. Let's jump in and do a Utah Jazz realistic rebuild in NBA 2K26. While there is some nice young players on this Jazz team, like I said, I don't feel like they quite have the centerpiece that they're building around just yet. Maybe Ace Bailey can become that. I know they have Markkanen, who's been on an absolute tear in real life as of late, which is why I hopefully plan to trade him as soon as I possibly can. He's averaging 29 points per game. He is just 28 years old, does not fit the timeline of when this team is eventually going to be good. So if we can somehow fetch like 3 firsts for him at the deadline, that is my mission. I know I trade him pretty fast in Utah Jazz rebuilds, but it just seems like the best thing to do. Now, his contract doesn't make that easy, but maybe we can find something when we get there. We'll see when we cross that bridge. Keontae George is a nice player. Again, they've had quite a few young players they've brought into the mix through the lottery and just through other picks in the draft. Unfortunately, none of them stand out as like top end guys that you're going to be building your team around as like the superstar by any means. Maybe Ace Bailey can become that, but that's a big maybe. Obviously, his career got off to a weird start with the whole draft process, but we're going to go ahead and simulate the rest of year one. We're going to see what maybe is at the trade deadline for us if we do trade away Markkanen, but I'm more than comfortable hanging on to him if we have to. I'm only going to trade him if we get a good return. So without further ado, I've done enough talking to get this video started. Let's simulate this first season, and I'll see you guys at the deadline if I deem it necessary. So I am shooting my shot here at the Detroit Pistons at the trade deadline. I feel like Markkanen is a no-brainer fit in Detroit. They could use a second guy next to Cade Cunningham. I know they're playing really good right now, but if we can somehow get them to agree to this, I'd feel really good about that. So 3 first-round picks for Markkanen is what I said I was looking for. So I don't know what they're going to think about this, but let's see. Do they have a counter? They do not. So they're not going to counter me. Do I settle just for 2? And would they even do 2 is the question. So maybe I remove the 2030. I would do this, but if they say no to this, then I'm probably going to just say, nah, I'm good on this. And okay, I'm just going to keep Markkanen then because I just feel like we could get more eventually. But this was my favorite idea. Unfortunately, Detroit's not biting. Unless if we do this, we squeeze this out, not 2026. What if we do 27 instead? Well, I guess that one's still too soon. 2030, and I know I can't get to 2032, but it would be nice. Yeah, I fortunately can't. So would they do it for this? 2 first rounds unprotected for Markkanen. Tobias Harris, what do they say? They still don't agree. All right, we're good. We're just going to keep him then past the deadline, even though I really wanted to trade him. I felt like it made a lot of sense. So you do get SGA winning the MVP. Edgecombe is your Rookie of the Year. Stephon Castle is your 6th man. Depoy goes to Wemby. Neemias is your most improved. And Steph's your clutch player. And Mike Brown is your Coach of the Year. And executive goes to Joseph Jackson. So here is your All-NBA first team. Markkanen might find himself on here, but he does not. All defensive first, all defensive second. What about Ace Bailey on an all-rookie team? No, he doesn't even get on here. So that's kind of unfortunate. It is what it is on that, but yeah, we ended up being pretty bad. So here are your player stats. You had Markkanen end off with 24 points per game, 20 from Keontae George and 15 from Sensabaugh. At the very beginning of the video, I didn't notice that the 2K26 start today did not have Kessler's injury in. I know he just underwent, or I don't know about going under surgery just yet, but unfortunately he had a season-ending injury. Ace Bailey looks like he found himself out of the rotation there, which is kind of annoying, but that'll be fixed in the offseason. So let's go ahead and see what we can do in the lottery, because that's going to be a big step of what happens. If we can get lucky there, that'd be great. Raptors and the Thunder go on to win another championship. This lottery right here is going to dictate how this video is going to go, so I cannot wait to see what kind of luck we get here. So we're the 2nd best odds. I think the Jazz had the 1st best. Oh, I mean, they were tied no matter what. It was top 3 odds, right? And they fell to 5, so that was really unfortunate. So hopefully this year things will be different. Let's find out. And we do get number 2. I'll take that. We get one of those top 3 prospects. Can't be mad at that. So very ecstatic about that. So you can jump in and draft a number 2. We may have another pick in this draft, but it doesn't look like we do unless I'm just blind. But we have the 2nd overall pick, so we're guaranteed one of those top 3 prospects, which is big because we needed that in this video. I know the Jazz could use that in real life as well, and I'm so happy that it happened for us. So I cannot wait to see where number 1 ends, or what the Grizzlies do with the number 1 overall pick. And they're going to select Peterson. I'm not going to lie, I kind of wanted him, but we're not going to get him in this one. So Debanza or Boozer. I just had Debanza in the previous, well, one of the previous videos I just did. So I'm going to go ahead and take Boozer today. So Kevin Boozer, welcome to the Utah Jazz. You're the new face of this team. I can't wait to see what you can do for us, because we need you. Did explore the idea of trading Markkanen on draft night. Didn't really see anything again. So I'm more than okay with going with them into the next season as well if needed. I'm going to accept everybody except Svi Mikhailuk. I don't really see the point of accepting him at 29 years old, but I will accept the rest of these. And then qualifying offers. Kessler, who did tear his labrum, is a free agent. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see what his market is looking like as a restricted free agent in the offseason with an injury. Thankfully, he's not asking for too much money, because I remember in previous 2Ks, he'd ask for like 35 million a year. It was insane. So I think 18 million a year, though, is more than okay for something like that. So if I can get him a flat contract where he is getting 18 million a year, maybe even for 5 seasons, I'd be more than okay with that. Maybe we can do 17.5, and he's going to accept that. So that feels like a damn good contract to be paying your starting center who can play some good defense down low. So I will absolutely take that. And again, Markkanen trades are still always going to be explored as we keep going. Ace Bailey, really hope he can play a bigger role this season as well. Might even slide him to the 2 if needed. Boozer will start at the 4 for sure. And Kessler's at the 5. Might flip Filipowski to the backup 5. Have Hendricks and Boozer be the forward. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I think I'm good, man. I don't really think we need to sign anybody. I could go after like a Jaden Ivey or something like that, but I actually really like where we're at. So I think I'm just going to be content with what we have currently. So as you can see, development, Markkanen doesn't jump down too bad, which is good. He should have himself another good season. We have Kessler up, George is up, Collier is up, Ace Bailey is up to a 78, Walter Clayton's up to a 77, and Williams is even up. So a lot of development here, which is great to see. We got our superstar, at least I believe we do, and Cameron Boozer. He should play a big role this year. Let's go look at this rotation going into year number 2. This should be a very, very interesting one. Here is a rotation going into season number 2. We have Contra George at the point guard spot with Ace Bailey starting next to him at the 2, Markkanen at the 3, Boozer at the 4, Filipowski starting at the 5 with Kessler still hurt at the moment, with Collier, Sensabaugh, Hendricks, Clayton, and Cody Williams. So it's looked pretty good. Obviously, once Kessler's healthy, that might kick Cody Williams out of rotation entirely, which kind of sucks a little bit. Again, deadline will be something we'll always stop and look and see what our options are. I'm still, we'll see, man. Markkanen, someone I would definitely still get rid of if the price is right, but we have to keep in mind that the regression may continue to hit him. But I don't expect it to be good this season, but we at least know we have our guy we're building around in Boozer, and just got to make sure we maximize him and build around him properly. So at the end of year number 2, Cade Cunningham gets the MVP trophy, averaging 37 points per game. What a season for him. Peterson is your rookie of the year. Reed Shepard's your 6th man in Dallas. Wemby is your depoy. Reed Shepard is also your most improved, which makes sense. Luke is your clutch player, and Rick Carlisle coach of the year as the Pacers are back on the map. And Hobson is your executive, and Cup MVP went to Julius Randle. Here is your All-NBA first team. A couple of injuries, I should say. We're probably not going to have anybody here, obviously. Maybe all rookie first team for Boozer this time. He is 4th here, averaging 19 points per game. So that's already a good sign from our rookie that he almost averaged 20 in his first season. Again, no good offers for Markkanen. So again, I held on to him past the deadline. Here were your end of the season stats. So 21 from Markkanen, 19 from Boozer, 18 from George, 15 from Bailey, and 12 from Sensabaugh, 11 from Collier, 9 and 10 from Walker Kessler. So again, let's see who goes on and win the championship. And of course, we'll be turning our attention to another lottery as we were really bad again. Pacers and Mavericks is your NBA Finals. And yeah, by the way, we finished up at 20 and 62, 15 seed in the West. So yeah, we are not even close still to where we want to be. The Mavericks do beat the Pacers in 6 games. AD is their Finals MVP, although there's plenty of speculation about him maybe being traded away. So we'll see if that happens. So it is time for another draft lottery as your projected pick number 1 at the very top. More than likely we fall to 5. That's just my guess on what happens here. And there wouldn't you know. So we fall to 5. You got the Rockets via Brooklyn this year, Bulls via Portland, which that pick would be going to the Blazers. So I'll probably fix that. But we'll be picking at number 5 despite having the worst odds. So that's really unfortunate, but not surprising. Usually what happens when you have the number 1 best odds, you fall to 5. It's really unfortunate, but okay. Let's go ahead and get into another pivotal offseason. We'll have the 5th overall pick. Hopefully we can hit on that. still looking at the idea of trading Markkanen. I know I keep talking about it. Maybe this is the year we do it finally. So before we get into draft night, I am trying to make a trade with the Dallas Mavericks, who seem to have some cap room opened up at the moment. So we gotta take Gaffer's contract on. We get Haynes Steinbeck, and I'm trying to get a couple of firsts out of them if I can. So let's see what they would say to this offer. They want a 2027 Lakers pick, which that's actually the 13th pick in this draft, which I didn't even realize we had another lottery pick in this draft. I can't do that. That's a little too steep for my liking. Don't know if there's anybody I can just throw in here as a, yeah, there's really no one I can throw in here. But yeah, we have 25. We have 513. What if I give you 25? Would that do it for you? They still want that first. I can't get there. Let's say we throw, I guess I'll just throw them the rest of this, see what they say to that. Still want that 13th pick, but we get an unprotected 2029. I mean, trading a lottery pick, I guess this is considered a weaker draft class, but I don't love it still. I mean, I really would hate to get rid of a lottery pick when I'm trading Markkanen away, but that's the unfortunate part about trading away superstars. Like, we can maybe give them this bad pick, I guess. Like, I don't know. Would they do that? Okay. I hate the fact that I have to trade away a first in order to trade Markkanen away, but we got what we wanted. We got a couple of firsts. It's not ideally, but we got a young player out of it too. So Markkanen goes, teams up with Cooper Flag, and I think it was finally time for us to move on. So we did just that. It was not ideal, but we did. So we have pick 5 and 13 in this draft. I know this is considered a weaker one, but we'll see if we can make the best of it. So Stokes goes number 1 to Portland. New Orleans is taking Christian Collins. Would have loved to have added him to this mix. Hugo goes to Houston. Baba is going to Philadelphia. So we have Stefan, which I actually love this pick at this point. So that is exactly what we're going to take. He's been a beast sometimes in this 2K sim. So this honestly could not have gone any better. Welcome to the team. I know we have Keontae George as well, but Stefan is someone you can't pass up on there at that value. So that feels like a really good pick. And then we're still going to be picking at 13 as well. So hopefully we can make the best of this one. Caleb Holt. And then we could take, I guess, Taj Ariza, or we could take Gaskins, or we could take Jason Crow. But I do think I'll go ahead and take Taj Ariza here. So welcome to Utah, Taj Ariza. So that is a pretty solid draft in my opinion. We get a 78 overall. Him falling to numbers 5 is actually really awesome. And then we get 74 at number 13. So not bad. Welcome both of you. Markkanen's gone as well, so it's kind of a new chapter. A lot of these young players are going to be able to blossom a little bit more. Not going to bring back Hawkins. Never signed him to begin with. George and Sensabaugh, both free agents. Definitely interested in bringing both of them back if we can. Sensabaugh is definitely someone, I mean, we got to bring him back. He's playing pretty well. Anderson, not going to. George, I mean, he's not even asked for that much money, and I do think I will go ahead and bring him back. So George and Sensabaugh, and then I also did extend Hendricks and also Cal Filipowski. So a lot of these guys are getting locked up. We honestly kind of have a core going. Like, we're already kind of in a good spot. And as I mentioned, the Jazz had a lot of good young players. They just haven't hit on having like the number 1 guy to feel good about building around. So I think we finally have done that, and we've succeeded in finding that with Boozer. And then we got Gafford in that trade as well as a new backup center. We'll see if we keep him. But I do think Collier is someone, depending on what he develops into, maybe trade him away, get something for him. But let's see what progression is looking like before we make any decisions with that. So you have Ace Bailey jump to an 85-7 overall jump. Boozer up to an 84. Kessler 85. Collier is up to an 83, so he jumps up a lot more than I anticipated. Williams is jumping up. Like, yeah, there's a lot of development here. Even that guy we got on the Markkanen trade jumped up to a 78. So a lot of good things, a lot of good young players, but there's only so many minutes to go around. So some tough decisions may have to be made here soon. So here is a rotation going into the season. We got Keontae George, Ace Bailey in the backcourt. Cody Williams starting at the 3 at the moment, with Boozer at the 4, Kessler at the 5, Collier off the bench, Kyle Filipowski, Gafford, Sensabaugh, and Hendricks. That leaves like Stefan out of the rotation right now, Clayton. So a lot of these guys that I feel like could get some minutes are out right now. So what I will say is we definitely have the ability to make a big trade if we feel like we want to. I'm not in a rush to do something like that, but the one player that I guess we need to make a decision on is Collier, and Cody Williams. So both these guys are going to need new contracts. So you got to make a decision. Are we going to keep them or are we going to trade them? We're going to have to find out. Cody Williams, I will say, has been just really bad. I mean, his efficiency is absolutely dreadful, so I don't really know what to think about him. Collier, we'll find out, although he did jump up quite a bit. So we'll see what we decide to do when the deadline comes, but it looks like this may be an interesting team this year. I don't know if it'll be a play-in team, but do think it's a possibility. So we have stopped at the trade deadline, as I am going to dump off Cody Williams here. He again just isn't an efficient player, and I just feel like we're not going to re-sign him, so we might as well get something for him while we can. Send him to a better spot. I think Chicago could make sense for that. So he's going to go to Chicago, and we move on from him before we have to pay him. Collier is someone I want to do that with here too. I just think we're deep at point guard, especially after drafting Stephon. We just signed George. Clayton is still someone I'm high on as well. I just think Collier going somewhere else also would make sense. So that's going to be another thing we do. Cody Williams gone. Now Collier is probably going to be next. We find ourselves 25 and 24. Things are going well, but I don't want to spend too much money on guys I just don't see being part of the long-term vision. So I guess the Cleveland Cavaliers are willing to give me there's some actually really good offers here, so I can't be too mad, but the Cavaliers give me Ben Simmons and a first-round pick, and Collier, he's a 83 overall point guard, so sure, why not? Cleveland's going to go ahead and give us a first for Isaiah Collier, so I can't be too upset with that. Now, that is going to change the rotation up quite a bit. Hendricks will start now. Ace Bailey might eventually find himself moved to the small forward eventually. Not going to do it just yet because I do kind of have things set the way they are right now. But yeah, I felt like those were some necessary moves. We'll see what that turns into after we have done that. It looks like we may be a playoff team this year or a play-in team, so that's progress. And the team is only going to get better with how young they are. So we are on the right trajectory right now. We just got to keep the trajectory going up. So another high-scoring MVP. Cade Cunningham last year with 37. This year, Edwards with 37, representing the Timberwolves. Stokes does get Rookie of the Year in Portland. Ivy is your sixth man. Wimby is your depoy. Dash Daniels most improved. Catcher clutch player. Mitch Johnson, Coach of the Year, and Aaron Phillips is your executive, and Wimby is your Cup MVP. So here is your All-NBA first team. Giannis on the Bucks, but he does have an injury going into the playoffs, assuming they are in the playoffs, that is. Do we get anybody on All-NBA team yet? No, maybe Boozer eventually gets there, but not quite yet. And Kessler, I haven't really been paying attention to see if he's been making one of these, but do get Stephon on All-Rookie first team. I didn't even think he played that much, but I guess he's still there, averaging 16 points per game. So honestly, his progression might be crazy this upcoming offseason as well. So we could be in a really good spot. We are the 6th seed in the West, so yeah, we are on the right path. Ace Bailey, or I guess Cameron Boozer, led the way with 26 points per game. Ace Bailey with 21, 19 from George, 16 for Stephon. Only played 22 games, but when he did, he made an impact. 10 from Sensabaugh, 9 from Filipowski, and 8 from Kessler. So this young team is going to get some playoff experience, which is quite valuable. So let's see how this is going to go. Golden State in round 1. I assume Steph Curry is still playing, and I would be wrong in that. They did get Jokic on the team, though. So game 1 is going to go to Golden State. Game 2 is going to go to them as well. Game 3 goes to us. Can we even the series? No, down 3-1, and we will lose in 5. But regardless, we got some valuable playoff experience, so I can't be too upset with how this season went. And it's going to be a very interesting offseason to see what we decide to do. But in those playoffs, we had Boozer average 27, Ace Bailey with 23. Looks like to me we have our 2 stars. We just need to continue to maybe find a third guy or just continue to build around those 2. I don't believe we have any lottery picks this coming off season, especially since we just made the playoffs, but I could be wrong, and it doesn't look like it. So no lottery picks, but I think that's fine. I think we have enough youth, but we do have 22, 25, and maybe another pick, but it looks like that's it. Brooklyn's going to be picking number 1 and number 2, so that's interesting. But I do believe we have 22 and 25, so if we can hit on those, just add some depth guys at the end. That's not something to be too upset about. I do think what I would like to do is solidify our 5th starter. I think we have, Stephon's going to contest George for a 5th starter, I think. We could also play Stephon at shooting guard 2 and have George start next to him. That's a possibility, but that is what I'm considering. What are we going to do at that 5th starter spot? Is it going to be just Stephon moving up? Do we make a move? I don't know. So we got 22, 25, and a second rounder. So let's just go ahead and simply draft with these 2 picks. See what we get. So we have Tay Kenny, starter, or we got Musa. So I'm going to take Musa here at 22. And then I'm not expecting anything out of these guys. And I'll take Godson, if I'm even saying that name correctly, out of Iowa, 6'11". Let's see what those 2 end up being. So they were 72, 71, so nothing crazy. Trent Perry in the round 2. We'll decline it. Player options. Clayton I'm going to accept, and Haynes I'm going to accept. And then qualifying offers, I assume we might have someone who's no restricted free agents this offseason, so that's big. And then, yeah, for free agency, we have nothing. We could sign someone, but we do know we have some contracts coming up, so I don't think I'll do anything crazy there. Okay, so George, Clayton, and Stephon, again, to me, it's the small forward spot or the shooting guard spot if we decide to move Ace Bailey to the 3, which I do think I might end up doing. So yeah, I think I do want to try to trade for a starting shooting guard. I think that's probably the best thing we could possibly try to do right now. I think we have the ability to, I mean, we could sign one as well, but I think I'm in the market of seeing if we can't find a guy that can be a like really good, just play a role. I just need to be a role player. And if we could find that, I mean, could we be a contender next year? I don't think it's impossible. A guy I have my eyes set on is Wallace in OKC. It looks like they're trying to move off of him, so I'm going to see if they would maybe give me Wallace. So I have a couple guys deep down here that I could maybe throw them where this could be a conversation, basically. So Clayton is someone that I do think is going to be kind of edged out in the rotation because of what Stefan's about to become. So would they do Musa and Walter Clayton for Wallace straight up? They want a protected first. They'll give me a top 5 protected first. Sure, we'll go ahead and do that. So we're going to get Wallace on the team, and he's going to be an established guard for us at the shooting guard spot. Someone who can play some defense, shoot some threes. That's what I needed. That's what I wanted. I'm very happy we made that trade. So that is the big move of the offseason. I'm expecting a lot of progression out of the rest of the guys. So Ace Bailey is going to a D slide to the 3. And I cannot wait to see what this team's going to be able to do next year. So that felt like a really good trade to make to get Wallace on the team. If you look at progression, you got Ace Bailey up to an 88 and Boozer up to an 85. Kessler's up, Stefan's up to an 83, which I expected, and Haynes out of that, or if I'm even saying his name correctly, but Steinbach is up to an 82 from the Markkanen trade. So this is all looking good. Even Wallace is up 1 overall, even though it's not showing it. But yeah, this is great. So I felt like we found that 5th starter. George Stefan are going to fight over that starting point guard spot. But the 5th starter being Wallace, I'm intrigued by. Filipowski, I mean, he could low-key slide back to the 5. We could just dump Gafford out of here, I feel like. So that's what I might do. I think we might do that with the development of Haynes. I don't think Gafford's necessary anymore. So we're going to get Filipowski back to the 5. We're going to trade Gafford for something else because I just feel like we have the guys that can play, and Gafford's just not necessary anymore. So Jordan Poole, I mean, I would just kind of take anything at this point. Pirtle, I don't want a long-term contract, though. So AJ Green and Ty Jerome, we have to trade a first. I'm good on that. Trey Mann and Sam Merrill. Are these both? I mean, Trey Mann is, I guess, depth. We're going to do this one. Again, I'm having to trade a first. Jordan Poole, I mean, he's not making much money. I don't know. I guess I'll just hang on to Gafford. So let's just go ahead, get into next season, and we will see what we look like going in. But I think we might be a contender low-key this upcoming season. Well, Power Rank has us 5th, which is a good sign if you ask me. And here is rotation. So we will go back to running 10 deep. We'll go 45 bench utilization, but it'll be George Wallace as that 5th starter that we found. Ace Bailey, Boozer, Kessler, Filipowski, Stefan, Steinbach, Gafford, and Hendricks. So we do have a couple. I'm going to get a Sensabaugh when he's healthy. Maybe he takes over in a role. But yeah, Gafford and Filipowski. I mean, it's not necessary to have both of them playing, but you know, Filipowski can move to the 4 if needed when they're on the floor. So I'm excited. I'm intrigued. 5th power rank. I mean, you would think this team is going to be a top 3 seed in the West this year, and we're off to a terrific start. So Boozer and Ace Bailey, latest of the promised land. Can we win a championship this season? I don't think it's impossible. I do think we have a shot. So Wembanyama gets an MVP trophy. Ezekiel's your Rookie of the Year. Reed Shepard's your 6th man in Detroit. Wemby's your DPOY. And Jasper Johnson, most improved. LaMelo's your clutch player. And Quinn Snyder's your Coach of the Year. And Alexander Pennell is your executive. So it's a very weird season, and I'll show you why in just a second. No All-NBA representatives for us at this point. And you do have a lot of injuries on all defensive second team. Damn, all-rookie first team and all-rookie second team. Yeah, so we end up as the 8th seed in the West, which is not really what I was looking forward to, but we went 49-33, so that's an unusual finish. Like, if you win 49 games, you're usually like a top 4 seed or maybe top 6 seed at the very least, right? But no, we were a playing team as the 8th spot. I mean, kind of weird, but that's just kind of how it went. So here were your player stats. So you had 27 from Boozer, you had 20 from Ace Bailey, and 19 from George, 17 for Stefan, 12 from Hans, however you say it, 9.5 from Filipowski, 9 from Wallace. So let's go ahead, shrink it down to a 9-man rotation in these playoffs, and I'm going to go ahead and get Gafford out of here. And we're going to throw Sensabaugh in the mix instead. So Sensabaugh is going to get those backup minutes, and that's what I want to roll with. So in round 1, we play the Pelicans. So if we win, we're in. So let's see if we're able to do that, as we will go on the road in New Orleans, as they finished up, I believe I saw it 51-31. So can we come out here and get a win on the road and get out of the play-in? And no, it looked like we had a lead there for a second, but unfortunately we will be playing either Dallas or Memphis, and it will be Dallas. So Dallas, of course, they're always tough, and we meet them in the play-in, which is unusual, but we'll give it a shot. Let's see. So we go from in the playoffs last year to maybe missing out because of we missed out in the play-in. That would be kind of bad, but we may take out the Mavericks here, and we do. So 119-27, 127. We do get the win, and now we get the honor to play the San Antonio Spurs, which, of course, is not going to be easy, but I do like my team. So, I mean, we could maybe upset the Spurs, but it's not going to be an easy one. Of course, Wemby is a force to be reckoned with, but let's see how it goes. Game 1 is going to go to them in San Antonio, and they win both games at home. And we are going to win our first home game, and we will win our second home game as well. So this is a tie series, as the both home teams have taken care of business. But can we maybe change that on the road in Game 5 to where the home team would lose? No. So it looks like the home team has won every single game so far. So now we hope to continue that trend into Game 6. Let's see if we can do that. And it's not going to be easy, but can we force a Game 7? I mean, again, hold on. We might be able to get another game in here. We do. 120-133. So we are the 8th seed, taking the Spurs, the first seed, to Game 7 on the road in San Antonio in a Game 7. This will be a big win if we can get it. We've had the lead a couple times, but the Spurs are running away with it now. So unfortunately, 49-33 did not really go our way. I do think next season, if we go 49 wins, I wouldn't be surprised if we were a top 4 seed or something. So that's just unfortunate. And you got the Timberwolves and the Hawks, and the Timberwolves going to beat the Hawks. I don't expect a lot of change for me this offseason. Dennis Schroeder retires, and honestly, we're not re-signing Gafford. I was going to trade him, didn't re-sign him. Mavericks, hey, look at that. Nico Harrison. You know, he got the number 1 overall pick for Luka Doncic, right? So he's got to be pretty happy about that, although he is long gone now. And I don't believe we have any lottery picks here. It doesn't look like we have a pick at all in this draft. So honestly okay with that, though. Will Hardy, does he need to go? That's the question. You do have like Eric Spoelstra out here and Mike Brown and Redick. So I do think I am going to fire Will Hardy. I mean, I feel like losing in round 1 was kind of unfortunate. Well, being where we were, I will say, was not really what I wanted to see. So Will Hardy's going to go. I'm going to give JJ Redick an offer too, and I'm also going to give Mike Brown an offer. This is a contender, man. One head coach that gets us over the top. I think we have a contender. Redick, of course, is going to decline our offer at the end of the day. So we may not get a real head coach. We got Dave Levins. Let's see. I mean, we may have to settle on something. We have Campbell down here who's running post-centric, which is weird. Man, not really any options. I thought we would get one of those 3 guys, and we missed out on all of them. That's really unfortunate. Nate McMillan's here, and then you got some other guys. Otis Newman, who looks pretty good, but it looks like the Grizzlies would maybe just reject it. No, he comes over. So we get Otis Newman as our new head coach. I wanted one of those real player or real coaches, but we didn't get them. So we'll just have to settle on that. And we have no picks in this draft, like I said, but we do have some upcoming ones. Player options, you can accept all of these, and then qualifying offers, you have Ace Bailey, which I almost didn't extend it, which would have been really annoying. That would have been an accident, but you got Gafford as well, which I'm not bringing him back. So the only thing we need to do is re-sign Ace Bailey and hope this is our year, man. I think that it should be. I think we have a chance, man. I really do. So I think we have a full rotation set as it is still. I'm feeling good about that. So let's go to progression. Let's see how much more we got guys developing. So not a whole lot of movement anymore, but still some, which is what you'll take. And this should be a fun team. I mean, we felt like we were a contender last year. It didn't work out, but this year it'll be different. At least we hope so. So here are your awards at the end of this season, as we finally got the regular season to swing in our favor, but we didn't get any awards, unfortunately. Maybe we get an All-NBA team for somebody, as we do get Boozer, who's going to be hurt in these playoffs, which is not fun. I hate that. So All-NBA second team, but he is going to be hurt to start the first round. Maybe we get him back in the second round, but yeah, super unfortunate timing for him to be hurt right now, but nothing we can do about it. Hopefully he's the only one. We also got Haynes hurt as well, but Boozer is going to be out. We'll see what the player stats were looking like. I think we could still win in round 1 without him, but we'll see. So 24 from Ace Bailey. You had 27 from Boozer, 17 from George, 13 from Stefan, 11 from Hans, or 8 from Filipowski, 8, 7, and 7. So Yeah, really unfortunate not to have Boozer in round 1, but we had a really good season. I mean, we went 65-17. So, first in the West. Unfortunately, we're not going to have Boozer, and we do get to play the Timberwolves, which is kind of tough at times. So, this does make me a little bit nervous, but they don't have Anthony Edwards anymore. So, he went, or is he just hurt right now? No, he is gone. I wonder where he went. That's interesting. So, game 1 against Minnesota, we do win. Game 2, we're up 2-0. Okay. Game 3, maybe give them 1 win to let Boozer recover a little bit more. But no, we beat them in 4. Boozer is okay. Oh, he's playing through it now. I think he may have even played one of those games. Maybe. Did he? Yeah, he did. He came back in that series. So that's big. All right, now we get the Mavericks, it looks like, which we did. Oh, wait a minute. The Suns, maybe. Uh-oh, the Suns. That gives Boozer a little bit more time to recover. The Suns come back on the Dallas Mavericks. Okay. So we don't have to deal with the freaking Mavericks, which is always good. And day-to-day for Boozer now. So we survived the injury. Now we get to play the Suns in round 1 or round 2, who just knocked off the Mavericks. So we maybe should be a little bit nervous about that. So let's see what they have over there in Phoenix right now. They got basically what we know about the Suns right now, other than Keldon and Jamal Murray are kind of new additions. But I mean, I feel like we should be able to beat them. I like my team against theirs, but we'll see what happens. In game 1, we will lose game 1. Okay, Phoenix may have some magic to them, but we do win game 2. They win game 3. Wow, okay. The Suns are giving us a little bit more issues than I anticipated. But like I said, they did come back in the Mavericks, so maybe we should have taken them a little more. I mean, not that I wasn't taking them seriously, but we are going to tie it up pretty easily here in game 4. So that's a big win. We needed that. Can we win game 5, though? Yes. Can we beat them in 6? Yes. So we beat them. Okay. Now for New Orleans, who did beat us in the play-in last year, but we get to deal with Jeremiah Fears and Zion, Christian Collins, Sar. Wow, what a team the New Orleans has built here, honestly. They have fired Willie Green, of course, in real life as well, just recently. Do we have an injury, or are we just kind of loaded somewhere? So, oh, Filipowski hurt, and George is hurt. Wow, that sucks. Okay, so George is out for the season, not good, and Filipowski's out day-to-day. So he should be back soon, but George is a big hit, but we do know we have Stephon to step up in his place. So game 1 is going to go to New Orleans. Game 2 is going to go to West. Game 3 is going to go to New Orleans. Man, this is a series that I feel like we should try. We need to win here. So can we tie the series, or is New Orleans with Jeremiah Fears and Zion going to give us some issues? And Christian Collins, as they do get the 1-point victory in game 4. That is super unfortunate. We needed that win really badly. Can we win game 5 and keep the series alive? I mean, I do think 1 by 1 we can win each game and get back in it, but we got to hang on here, and we will. 102-114, so that's a win. Filipowski, are you back yet? He may have been back already. I didn't notice, but he is back. Okay, from here on out, everything's a must win. Obviously, I don't need to say that, but we're going to go 8-man rotation here, man. Let's bring it all to force a game 7. We're on the road in New Orleans this time. If we can take note and force a game 7, see what I did there, but can we? I don't think I really did anything there, but can we? No, we're going to lose. Okay. So, conference finals, we get there, but unfortunately, we lost Keontae George. I don't even know if that's really the issue, because, I mean, Ace Bailey got hurt, too. That didn't help. Hawks and Pelicans, and we will have the Hawks going to beat the Pelicans in 7 games. Well, we got to give it a shot. We're giving another shot, man. Like, I don't want to give up on that note, but, man, does that suck. We get the 5th overall pick, though, via the Denver Nuggets going into this draft, so that's nice. We also have the 18th pick, so we'll have number 5. Otis Newman, I mean, he did good. We made it all the way to the conference finals, 1 game away from, or 2 games away. New Orleans, unfortunately, just had the edge. We have 5-18-29. Boozer's a free agent. Got some guys that are willing to extend. Let's go pick at number 5, see what we get. At this point, I mean, it's so far down the line, I have no idea who's good or not, but give me JJ Crawford. I'll let the AI take care of the rest. We get Crawford, we get Charles C. Clemens, and a few other guys. We're going to accept all of these, and then we'll accept, or, you know, bring Boozer and Steinbach back, because I do think we're on to something. We're so close, man. Sensabaugh, Case and Wallace, I do want to resign as well. Haynes, I'm going to resign, and Boozer, I'm going to resign. So, Case and Wallace is going to leave us, so that is a big loss, but that's okay. That's okay. So we lose Case and Wallace, which does hurt us a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. We do have some other guys we could sign, and also we might have a guy that's ready to play next year. And I mean, well, I don't really know. Ariza, maybe? I don't know, but We'll figure it out. Or we can even start Stefan. We'll see. I mean, I do think we have some guys we could easily start if needed. So maybe we sign somebody just in case. I'll go ahead and give Mahop an offer to be that, or Dash Daniels, but no, he's asked for too much money. So that will be our addition in free agency. Progression is going to have him up to an 87. So he has been a great addition from that Markkanen trade. So at least we have that to take home. And no one else is moving up in overall. So this is what you get, man. All right, let's go look at this. Let's go get into next season and see if we can make it back to the conference finals, but this time actually get over that hump. But we are right there, man, just so close. So we do get Boozer to make the All-NBA third team this time around, and he's also healthy this time around as well. We end up as the third seed in the West, drawing the Spurs in round one, which we beat them last year, I believe, so maybe we could do it again. Looks like we're going in healthy too, which is a good sign, so we'll see, man. But this is, you know, it's time, man. We got to win right now, in my opinion, so let's see if we have what it takes to knock off the Spurs, who have Wembanyama gone, or he's hurt. He is gone. He is not signed back with them, so he left them. We have to win the series. There's no excuses. If we lose, then this video is chalked. We lose game one, and we lose game two. We don't possibly lose in round one to the Spurs without Wemby, right? We've won 3 straight, thankfully, and we do beat them in 6. Okay, that was scaring me a little bit, but we do get out of there. Now for the Mavericks, though, which, of course, we all know kind of what they have. So we do have 2 Duke guys going at it. Boozer is hurt, but thankfully it's not affecting his overall at all, so that's good. But all right, game 1 is going to go to us. Game 2 is going to go to us. Game 3 is going to go to them. All right, let's take them. Let's go win game 4. Come on, let's go up 3-1 against this Mavericks team. Do not let them back in this series. I want to get back to the conference finals. We have the lead right now, so do not let up. We are going to go up and win game 4. Big, okay. Now for game 5, take care of business, get back to the conference finals. We have 2 teams we have not played at all on the other side in the bracket. So can we take out the Mavericks here? We have the lead right now. Hang on to it, please. And we will. So we're back in the conference finals, 110-1099. Everyone's still healthy. Again, like I said, we have not dealt with the Kings or the Grizzlies. I have to imagine that something like Wemby or Anthony Edwards is one of those 2 teams. That's just my guess. Let's see if I'm right in that thinking. So, no. Oh, Edwards is in Sacramento. What about Wemby? No, he is not on the Grizzlies. Grizzlies have just, oh, they have Peterson, Cameron. I mean, their team looks really good. So I think either way, we get a tough opponent here. It will be the Kings we just did a rebuild on. So they look really tough. We have to deal with Anthony Edwards, which is not easy, but, and Markkanen's there too. Hopefully we're up for the challenge though. This to get to the NBA Finals. This is a big, big series. Game 1 is going to go to us. Good start. Game 2, going to go to them. Battle of the purple teams. They're up 2-1. We got to get a win on game 4 or we are dead in the water. So can we win game 4? We do have a lead right now, but they're trying to take the lead back, and we might find ourselves down 3-1 again in the conference finals. Oh, that's brutal. 2 years in a row, we're in the conference finals, and we just can't get a lead. We went down 3-1. We did get it to 6, so maybe we can win another one here. Then maybe we force a game 7, but we got to win this one. So Sacramento with Anthony Edwards has given us some issues, and we are going to force a game 6. Okay. Or, yeah, game 6. Come on, man. Yeah, I'm going to go 8-man rotation. Game 6. To force a game 7, we need it. Like we need oxygen. We start off hot in the first quarter. Do not let them back in the game, and it is a close one. And we force this game 7. We will. Okay, game 7 is happening. Can we win it, though? Atlanta's awaiting us on the other side. If we can get past the Kings here. The Kings, we're up 3-1. We have forced a game 7, and we are going to choke, I think, unless we get back in the game. Which we do, 121-114. That was a big win. Boozer and Trae Young are conference finals MVPs, and now we get to play the Hawks. Okay, we've made it this far. Let's try to win it all. So Dash Daniels ends up in Atlanta. Is Dyson still there as well? Both of them are still there. This is a very good Hawks team. Would not be surprised at all if we do not have what it takes to knock them out here. This is going to be not easy. Game 1 is going to go to Atlanta. Game 2 is going to go to Atlanta. Game 3 goes to us. Can we win game 4? Nope. We're down 3-1 again. Okay, well, I think we've made it to the finals. That might be our ceiling, which really sucks. I would have loved to have seen us get to the finals and win it all. But can we come out here and win game 5 to force a game 6 at the very least? Yes, okay. Not dead yet. Not totally dead. We got George Stephon starting. Oh, Ace Bailey's hurt. Oh, that's brutal. Yeah, no wonder why. We're probably dead now. So he is out for the whole thing. Torn left ACL. We're going to have to win without him, and I just don't know if we have the ability to do that. That's going to be very tough to ask. But let's see, man. Game 6 to force a game 7. We may be able to do it. Potentially, it's a close game 6. We've had the lead there for a little bit. We have it right now. Can we hang on to it? Overtime, and we're going to lose in game 6 in the finals, and the Hawks go on to win it all. I think that's where I ended, boys. That sucks. We were right there, and unfortunately, Ace Bailey getting hurt, I think, dethroned us right there. But all in all, I think we put together a really good team, and sometimes you just do not win a championship. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see y'all in the next one. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace.